So tell me, is you ready, baby? Tell me, is you ready, baby?
Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to the Be Like D channel. It's your girl D coming back with another review of Sistas on BET. This is season 6, episode 10. This is what the episode before the mid-season finale. So let's go ahead and get into it because it really wasn't that much, but it was funny. The episode opens up where we left off last week with Maurice at the damn police office or wherever the hell, police station, and he's trying to confess to the robbery, and he's saying, you know, it was him and Q. Sabrina ain't had nothing to do with it. But the dude Logan is really not really trying to hear that. He's like, oh really? He's like, yeah, it was me and Q did it. And he was like, what was the name? He said, what was the name of the co-conspirators? Quentin whatever his name, DeLone. He was like, and who else? I don't know. I just know Quentin. Then he tried to show him the pictures. And he like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound ridiculous, but I don't know those men. Sorry to those men. After he confessed, he was like, so you're gonna take me to jail now? I'm like, oh my goodness, Maurice, he can't help but crack a joke, okay? He starts saying that, you know, what he said that, he's like, chain of command, you know, did you, he's like, but you masterminded, right? He's like, yes, I pretended, we staged it out at home, and and then Logan was like, well, that was some good acting, huh? Because with the surveillance from when you got in the car at home and got to jail, the bank, and you was screaming. He's like, oh yes, I was screaming. I did theater. And then when he asked him to pick out the men, I forgot, he said, he was like, who was it? Q and the gang. I said, not Q and the gang, okay? Candy and the gang. But anyway, this whole thing was stupid because he trying to confess, and then Logan still asking him questions, but he asked the questions as if he don't believe him as being the person that did it, but then he also believes he's the person that did it. It don't make no sense because what these questions are you just trying to clarify? I don't know. And he said, but I will testify that Sabrina had nothing to do with this. He's like, well, you know, I'll call the DA and we'll see. And then he get up and leave. And then he's like, well, I'll call you DADDY. Oh, you're so stupid, Maurice. Then he touched him. He's like, oh, don't touch me. So now we got Aaron's ass calling Pam. I'm like, oh my goodness, what you want, man? And that's what she like too on the phone. She like, Aaron, who is this? And then she's like, get off my phone. He's like, you wouldn't have answered if you didn't want to talk to me. I'm like, boy, if you don't get on, okay? And then she said, he says, do she have Karen's client list? And then she was like, why? She was like, and what he said, because he want to, you know, see if they can get a few of the people to come clean up. He got the hazmat suits, and they can help her clean up her shop. And here go Pam. They don't like her like that. I say, you know what, bitch? Do anybody like her like that? Nah. But yeah, that's I mean, he told me you might can get one or two. I'm like, yeah, maybe one or two, maybe. But if that's gonna make the difference, okay. Cause ain't nobody finna be showing up to help you clean up after. That's a lot of work after a fire. And he told me I get to be there by 7 a.m. And here you go, Pam. This not gonna make her want you. And then he's like, oh, come on, Pam. Like, can you just do that, please? And then she still say, this ain't gonna make her want you. And then she's like, and Zach is giving his time, it'll save cost of repairs if they clean it up. And then Pam was like, Zach gonna give her the money. And he was like, I was there last night. I don't think you're gonna give her the money. And then she like, what? Huh? Is that getting into it? He's like, I ain't gonna get into that with you, Pam. And then she's like, you need to tell me. I'm about to be out of a job. I need to know this so I can fix this. I was like, you have right, but you have just want to be nosy, okay? You just want to know what's going on. And what happened to her following him when he left? He left the coffee shop. What happened to that? But anyway, so then after all of that, he like get the few clients, call them. She said she's gonna do a mass email, but after this, lose my damn number, okay? I said, didn't you tell him to lose your number last time, girl? He ain't. You gonna have to change it or block him. Now we're over to Danny and Preston, and they in the bed, I guess, after finishing sex. I don't know, but they kissing and stuff. And then she telling him that he used to be able to keep up with her. He can't keep up with her no more. I was like, what? But anyway, so she starts saying she glad that he's there. And then he like, yeah, I'm glad to be here. I'm happy about your honesty. You finally telling me how you feel, whatever. After you had your little hot girl summer, did you learn your lesson? I'm like, Preston, okay, I see you trying to be slick, okay? Yeah, I throwing it in her face, but she did get attacked, okay? That is the dark side, okay? But anyway, so then she was like, well, it's the weed that got her being honest. I'm like, I hate that narrative because it's just stupid, okay? The weed got me telling the truth. But anyway, so then she picks up her pen and she start hitting it, and she's like, yeah, you gonna hit it? He like, oh no, I'm not here for that. I can barely do a beer. If he said that, I would have been like, oh, all right, okay, you're good. I ain't look. She wanted to act like she offered it to him, but then she tried to be like, oh no, I'm not peer pressuring you. It's not like I'm handing you smack, but then you still asking him like, I mean, just one toe. Like, you can't do one toe. I'm like, girl, you is peer pressuring this man into smoking. Oh my gosh. And then he just like, oh. And then he was gonna do it, but he hesitated. So then she tried to take it back. Girl, that's even more peer pressure because you like, well, give it back to me if you're not gonna do it. Because then you teasing him so he would have to do it. This was a weird scene, okay? Why was she trying to get him to smoke? Was it supposed to be funny? It was weird. Because then he smoked, then he finally smokes, and then of course, instead of just and going, he had to. I said, oh, he already doing it too long. She should have been stomped him. Then of course he gets she's like, don't cough, you're gonna get higher, don't cough. I'm like, that's just gonna make him have to cough even more, girl. This is terrible, okay? She's like, you'll be fine, just relax, don't panic. He like, why would I panic? She said, I'm just saying don't panic, okay? I'm like, oh my gosh. She was saying, like, she compared it to her taking shrooms and said that she thought she was Michelle Obama and her teacher was a professor. Her professor was Barack at some point in college when she did it, and that she was real messed up. And then she said, sad times, dark times. I'm like, ooh, Danny. So we can get to Danny's story because she hold a lot of stuff to her chest because she don't be trusting nobody, really. She don't trust nobody. She barely got emotional intelligence, you know. So we need to get into their stories, okay? Because they always reference college, but we don't never get no good, the good stuff. Because it always sounds like good stuff happened. But anyway, so then he smokes, and then he relax. She's like, yeah, just relax. And he relaxes, and then they get to going again. I'm like, okay. So now we're with Sabrina, and she's at home. And I'm thinking it's night. Oh, wait, it's nighttime. But I thought it was like late, early in like the morning, nighttime, But I guess she in the dark, drinking wine, watching TV. And then Calvin calls her, and he trying to check on her, see how she doing. He's like, you want company? And then she's like, yeah, I mean, how quick can you get here? You can open up the door. I said, what? Oh, hell no. And what if she would have said no? Y'all niggas be tripping on this show, okay? You can't just be showing up. He talking about, then when she let him in, he gonna say, I get points for calling first. Nigga, you was at the door. That's creepy. But she was happy. I was like, oh my gosh. She was happy. She's like, oh, hey, so what you want to do? So, she's saying, she hurt and she's sad about her predicament, that she's crazy, that she said she's more sad. She's angry, of course she said, but she's more sad and hurt because she could lose everything and she didn't do nothing. I'm like, girl, literally you did nothing. Your only fault was being Maurice's friend, okay? And you get insulted with that all the time, girl. Anyway, so then Calvin starts saying that Maurice, he seen Maurice earlier that day, and all he do is, he got jokes, but then I kind of went at him. I went at him about you, basically. And telling him that you didn't do nothing wrong and it's all his fault. And then she was like, it's the truth. I'm like, duh, everybody know what the truth is. With the damn police. And then she was like, but she don't be wanting to make him feel bad. I was like, well, he needs to feel bad. He needs to feel that this is his fault. He needs to feel that he didn't listen to you when you told him to stop dealing with this man. Like, how you let him rob you and then you let the nigga in your house? That's where you lost me, okay? I don't even care if Calvin was like, he's a good dude. He can, no, he can't. Like, the fuck? It just weird stuff. Like, what police police will let you put your address to his address? And then did he not know he was sleeping outside? Like, he was sleeping outside for the first couple of weeks. But I guess. So then, she's saying that, oh, and when Calvin first got there, I ain't like how he's talking about, is the African here? Bitch, did she say the African was there? Didn't she tell you she was alone or something? Like, don't come at me with that. He talking about, I'm just kidding, you young. Get out my face. I don't be having time for this shit. But anyway, so then she said she don't want to watch TV because the crime shows and make her think about her life. So then he said, well, if you don't want to do that, you don't want to you don't want to watch TV, you don't want to be on the internet, so what you want to do? You want to just sit up and talk all night like we used to? I said, when did Calvin get this, like, I'm so cute voice? I'm cute, I'm a sexy man voice, okay? He's all like, what you want to do then? He all leaning all on, what you want to do? Okay, I got you. I said, Calvin. Kind of, Calvin. Is that you? But anyway, so apparently they used to be up all night talking, and she was just like, until you fall asleep. And then she's like, really? I was like, girl, you happy? Okay, I guess, girl. So then she get to talking and telling some story, and then he just kissed her, and I was just like, oh, Calvin, you just trying to make him move. And then she's told him, he told her she was gonna be all right, and he got her. Yeah. So then he got like, after he kissed her, he like, you gonna be okay, Sabrina. And then she did tell him that thank him for always being there. He's always there for her, and all this and this and that. And I'm just like, okay, y'all trying to make us think they just so cute, but I still don't think she want him like that. Okay, she don't want that man like that. He got all of the qualities, and the qualities that she don't like as well. Like, she is something. It's something wrong, They just don't gel. I do think she do like Calvin. He does have tendencies and things that she likes in a man, but then he do all of that, I don't even know what to call it, metrosexual things, and she not used to that, and she don't really like that, That's what I think. Okay, so now we're back over to Danny and Preston, and they having sex, and he pauses. He like, wait. She's like, what? What's wrong? He's like, my tongue is swelling. I said, oh my gosh, this. he's on a bad trip. My tongue. She was like, no, nothing's wrong with your tongue. No, you're fine. Your tongue is fine. He's like, I can feel my heartbeat. And then he said something. What he said? My tongue is swelling. I have to hold it for it to feel it or something like that. And she was just like, Preston, that's dumb. I like that part. I don't know why. It just felt good for her to tell him, Preston, that's dumb. Can you not? And then he said he was bleeding. I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. And she was like, Preston, is sweat. It's just sweat. And he's like, I'm having a period on my chest. I said, what the fuck is this? Okay. Then he started saying, it's milk. Then he tried to get her to taste it. She slapped his hand. She was like, oh, Preston, like, you just need to relax. Just calm down. You're high. And then he's like, no, I'm low. I said, oh, goodness. And then she tells him to breathe. Just breathe. Just relax. Breathe. And he's like, I'm not breathing. I died. When he said, I'm not breathing. And he's like, oh, you gotta help me, Daddy. He tried to go out. He wanted to go out on the balcony. I didn't even know Danny had a balcony. And she's like, you ain't going out there. You think I'm gonna let you go out there? You acting like this? But then, also, Danny, you said some predatory ass shit when he couldn't feel his tongue. And you was like, you want to get your feeling back in another way? I said, oh, girl, no. That wasn't funny, okay? That was a little, But anyway, so he tripping out, and she ended up having to just play country music for him to get him to calm down. And I was like, oh, girl, maybe you found a way, because I didn't know what you was gonna do. But that was funny though. It was stupid, but it was funny. Okay, so now we're back to Maurice and Logan, and Logan finally comes back, and Maurice is like, I've been waiting here a long periodically time. Oh my goodness, Maurice is stupid. And he's like, yeah, I talked to the DA. Okay, so did you tell her that Sabrina had nothing to do with it and it was just me and Q? He's like, yes, I did. He's like, she had come back in the morning. So then Maurice is like, okay. And he's like, what? You ready for this? And he's like, for what? He said 15 years. And he's like, well, if that's what it takes. He's like, or what? You can cut a deal. And then he's like, a deal? And then he's like, you can get Sabrina up. He's like, she didn't do it. He's like, you can get her. I mean, you can give her up. Why you gonna? You gonna give her up? It's 15 years. She's like, and then he get mad. She had nothing to do with it. I said, okay, like, nigga, I'm telling you the truth, half truth now, because I ain't had nothing to do with it either. He like, why are you lying to me? You gonna sit here and lie to me? He's like, you really gonna do 15 years minimum? He was like, well, I've been waiting 15 years here waiting on your ass. And then he's like, well, just we'll come back tomorrow. And then he's just like, okay. And then he's like, don't leave town. And he's like, oh God, please shut up. Get up and leave. Oh, Maurice be me in them good moments, okay? That'd be the good moments when he funny like that. But when he do too much in this scene. Did y'all catch that? Like, they toned him down a little bit. So now we're over to Karen, and she getting a call back from her doctor, and I guess she's realizing that the paper wasn't the paper. So y'all trying to tell me that she thought she really did think that was the paper? I don't think so. I think she was bluffing, okay? But she like, yeah, I'm gonna need a physical copy. Thank you, I'll be down there. And then she ended up calling Pam, trying to see what Pam doing. And Pam was like, at the shop, cleaning up. She's like, girl, I know you ain't up there cleaning nothing. What you doing? She's like, yeah, I called a lot of your clients, and we are up here cleaning up. And she's like, what? And she's like, yeah, somebody gonna get hurt. And then she's like, no, we have Aaron here supervising. And then Pam was like, what? Oh no, I'm on my way. I said, she want this nigga to stop, okay? I'm gonna need you to tell him to stop. But is he gonna stop? Like how you be doing how you won't stop, okay? Okay, so now we're over to Zach and Fatima, and she getting ready for work, and then she come out the restroom talking about, oh, you up early? He like, yeah, I gotta be up early to watch you. Oh goodness, how early do Fatima be getting up? At like 6? I feel like she get up at like 6 a.m. But girl, she be doing it, girl. Well, anyway, so then he's like, so you ready to talk? Like, and then she was like, what? Like, he's like, I hope you know, right? You know, right? And then he was like, typically, I can talk to you the next day. You in a better mind frame, so you know you was wrong. And she like, and she's like, fine, okay, I was wrong, okay. I shouldn't have went over there, but I don't regret it. He said, I know, and I know that too. She said, you gotta set the boundaries. I say, as you should, okay. And then he said thank you for believing me about about I didn't have sex with her. And she was like, yeah. He was like, what was it? Yeah. Oh my goodness, Fatima is always up to something, okay? Yeah, I believe you. And then so she really keep trying to get out. And then he like, oh, hold on, one more thing. What about Michael, his son? And then she was like, what she said, he got a hearing. I mean, not a hearing, a meeting with the lawyer today at 9. So go on, come in today. I'm like, girl, you weren't gonna tell him? What, you gonna text him? Oh yeah, I forgot you got a meeting at 9. I've been so mad. But anyway, so then, and then he said, okay, bet you gonna be there for that. You gonna be there for me. You gonna be here with me. You gonna hold my hand. And she's like, of course, babe. And then also she said he had to tell her that I already told Karen that I was gonna help her, or I was gonna get her money for, get herself back together. And then she was just like, really? He was like, yes, I already told her I was gonna do that. I'm just gonna drop the check off by Pam. I ain't gonna talk to her no more. I'm done. I said, okay. And then Fatima was like, unless I'm the father, then and then she's like, then what? We're gonna figure it out. I said, okay, good answer, Zach, good answer. But I doubt you're not gonna not talk to her, okay? Pam. Karen forces you to talk to her, okay? Unless you're gonna block her ass again. But then how you gonna find out if that's your baby, okay? But anyway, so then she's just like, okay, yeah. And then she's like, well, why don't you have an amazing day without no drama, stress free? I was like, girl, don't you wish? Don't you wish I could have a good day, okay? But I don't know, Fatima, you a little crazy too, because you went through all of that. You keep going through all this stuff with him, and then you be acting like you were so cheerful. Well, okay, girl. Okay, so now we got this dumb scene with Gary and Hayden. Gary's coming over to Hayden's house to go for a run. But then, of course, Hayden is in turmoil. Tamara. Where are you? She left, okay? And so he telling Gary, and Gary like, okay, cool, let's go run for a run. Shit, I mean, he's like, you can't be in this and love with her. You just met the girl, bro. I like, stop hating, Gary. You hating because Andy ain't loving on you, okay? She putting your ass in your place, bitch, okay? So he real salty. He don't care about how Hayden feeling. And then they have a cute little tit for tat. Like, really, bro? You the one running after Andy. He's like, okay, so let's go. If we go run, let's go run by where she live. He was like he don't know. he said I know the city. What? But then Hayden was like, bro, you been dating this woman, you don't even know where she lives. And then he's like, but you know where Andy live, right? Cause you, I think he said, I don't know if I'm putting these in the scene. I don't know shit. But anyway, so then they do a little tit for tat, like, bro, you the same. Bro, you the same. And then Hayden say he don't want to run no more, and then he get all mad. But then he decides. I guess they decide to go anyway, but he just not gonna run. I don't know. But anyway, also he said he was having issues with Andy, and that Hayden actually finally has something semi right by saying that the women from the divorced women start to get in Andy's head at work, and she talk about it all the time. He's like, normally, I wouldn't, care what you're talking about, bro, but I mean, that's what be happening. He's like, okay, that makes sense. I'm like, oh my gosh, Gary, stop trying to make sense of Andy. Just let it go, okay? Chalk it up to another crazy bitch on your belt, okay? Now we're over to Andy and Fatima at work, and it's early before most people even know. So then Fatima, can I speak to you in my office? Well, she gotta go. Like she knows she finna get her ass. But anyway, so then they sit down in her office, and she's like, well, I see you here early because she's like, yeah, I was trying to see if I still got a job. And she's like, well, I can't fire you for your antics last night. And then Fatima starts saying how she's sorry. She knows she shouldn't have went over there. And then Andy's like, you shouldn't have. Why did you? What is wrong with you? Girl, you really weren't that mad. You just had to tell her, girl, that was wrong. And then that was it. But she's like, I know, but I was mad as hell. She's like, I know. And then she's like, why don't you understand that Zach, she said, well, no, this is what Andy said. She's like, so you left. She's like, so let's be clear. You left out of here yesterday saying she was going to go end things with Zach. And she was like, yeah, I was. But then, I got home. He laid it out a lot, that he's not in love with Karen. But and then Andy jumping in talking about he doesn't love her as much as he loves you. I said, girl, she did not say that. You put those words in there, okay? I think she was gonna say he's not in love with her, but he has love for her. I think that's what she was gonna say. But Andy had to jump in. He doesn't love her as much as he loves you, girl. He loves you. No, Karen, I'm your friend. Anyway, so. And then Fatima was like, yes, no, he does not love her as much as he loves me. Okay. And I understand that now, I get it, but when I get mad, I get a little crazy. I said, okay, thank you. That's what it is. She get mad, she get crazy, so she be trying to hold off from that. That's why she be stuck in that, I'm not going to say how I feel. Because I gotta get there. She gotta get there to the right place because, her first thought is to go crazy. When is Fatima's supposed to be birthday, okay? Have we even got any birthdays on this damn show? But anyway, so, she said, I'm working on it. And then she's like, oh, really? She's like, but that bitch, she's still there. And here go Andy. Well, can you do something? Can you get rid of that bitch? Can you get rid of that bitch? Because it ain't good. Okay. And then they said, oh, she's like, I know. Okay. But that woman, I was like, oh, so she still was railing from that woman. And I forgot Andy was too. That's why she went off on Gary. But still, she needs to be real about hers and get rid of that nigga, okay? Hurt his fit. I mean, maybe he won't go as crazy. If he feels like he broke up with you. Remember, every time I see, the more I see you, I see who you really are. Okay? Let him keep seeing so he don't want it no more. Okay, girl? But anyway, so then, Fatima want to ask her how her night went. And then she gonna show that she going to some damn dating app. And she's like, it's exclusive and all this and that. But then Fatima look at the damn phone and see that, nah, girl, me and my friend dated this nigga, girl. oh, and him. Oh, yeah, girl, we know all these niggas. He gonna end you like, okay. So then they also talk about, so do you believe that, well, she asked them how their night went. She's like, it went good. Like, yeah. And then she asked her, then how did they deal with her saying that Zach and Karen slept together? She was like, oh, girl. Oh, no, I believe him. She's like, but girl, I paid the manager to see the footage. I said, Fatima. Fatima. Oh my goodness. But she's like, yeah. She's like, and how does Zach feel about you not trusting you? She's like, girl, I trust him, but I did verify. She's like, oh, you trust but verify? I'm like, kind of true, girl. Yeah, I trust you, your word, but I would like to see it for myself. I mean, if it's an option to, what else happened? But, and I'm nosy, so, I would want to know the actual story. But anyway, and then they also talk about, her on this dating app. Oh, then they just want to talk about Gary. She's like, Gary pissed me off last night. And then she was like, oh, really? Then what you said to him? And then she's like, you know what? No, I don't even want to talk about that. I'm sure everyone's sick of talking about Gary. And then he was like, yeah, I asked, but I really didn't want to, I didn't want to know. I'm like, facts, okay? That's how we feel about you, Gary. We don't even care, okay? We don't care to hear about you and Andy, y'all dumb shenanigans, okay? Even though you could have told her that one because you went out for him, okay, girl? But no, we don't need to know no more, okay? Just let us know when you actually done, okay? That's the news line, okay? But then anyway, so then after she tell her about the dating apps and me and my friend who they never do, and then and Fatima just laughing, oh no, not this dude. And then he go, Andy, oh, so like is the lady right? It's all being the same? Is there no good men? And then he go, Fatima, no, you know what? No, we're not gonna let that be. We're not gonna let that be right. We're not gonna let her be right. And it's just like, easy for you to say you have Zach. And he go, Fatima, I do. And he go, Andy, this week. I said, oh, not the shade. And then he goes, Fatima, oh, wow, shade, okay. She's like, well, y'all be mad at each other. Y'all gonna be backfighting next week. And then he goes, Fatima, yeah, we might be, but, we'll be right back together. And he go, Andy, because you be holding him down. They sound so dumb. Oh, my goodness, because you be holding him down. I'm like, okay, girl, I guess. But at least they know they be back and forth, okay? But get it together, girl, get it together. Okay, and then she also, apologized and said how it was Karen. She's like, she must be pissed, she must be mad, and she's like, she's pissed, and she's like, well, I'm sorry, I'm done, I'm really done. And then go, Andy, that would be nice. That would be nice if y'all would be done. She's like, no, for real, I'm done. That's it. It's over. So then she said she's sorry, I love you. And then he go, and it's like, well, I forgive you then. And then they look at each other, you good? We good? Okay, we good. And I was like, okay, see, this is why they make me kind of like their friendship, because they be kind of funny together. But I also think it's because we don't get that many funny moments with her and Karen. But remember that when Fatima came into the picture, uh Karen and Andy was having issues anyway with their friendship because Andy wanted to be with Gary, and what's her name, Karen ain't fucking with it, and she pulled back on her and started telling Fatima the Gary drama, because you know they gotta cling to the friend that kind of influences the mess. Even though Fatima ended up switching, like, you know what, nah, fuck that nigga Gary. But then she started holding everything to herself after that, really. Kind of holding it to herself. But anyway, their friendship kind of cute. But we'll see. We'll see. Then we get to Sabrina and Calvin waking up. I guess they talked all night till they fell asleep on opposite ends of the couch. They didn't even sleep cuddling. But anyway, he said he got to go to work. I'm like, boy, when have I ever seen Calvin just say, "Oh, yeah, I gotta go to work"? Now all of a sudden he gotta go to work. But anyway, so then she ended up getting a call from Danny, or calling Danny, I don't know, and telling her that they need to go to see Karen this morning before Danny go to work, because she was really mad last night. And then she was like, I ain't trying to go. And Danny was like, I ain't trying to go over there and get cursed out. She was like, we don't care about that. She's like, no, you don't care about that. I want that bitch cousin and me. But anyway, she's like, well, I call Andy. She's like, no, I think should just be the two of us, because how they happened last night. And she's like, yeah, that should be good. So then they just gonna meet up. This was a dumb way to end the episode, though. Oh yeah, we gonna meet up, and then it was the end of credits. I was like, what? Okay. Alright, that is the end of the episode of Sistas on BT season 6, episode 10. Drop down in the comments, let me know what y'all thought about the episode. Even though you didn't get that much, but it had little funny moments in there, and you have to think about it, I guess. But I didn't really even get the whole. Sometimes you can kind of understand the name of the episode, Aftermath, but the Aftermath was kind of like mellow. It was mellow math, okay. Everybody was kind of being chill, trying to act like they was fine, but they're not fine. But anyway, drop down in the comments, let me know what y'all thought about the episode. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the belikedee channel, okay? Remember to share your girl as well, okay? Because your girl needs subscribers, followers, people watching up the videos, okay? Because we're going to have fun over here, especially with Sistas, with all this drama. I love me some drama.